We've now arrived at the end of King Manuchehr's life and reign. We learn here that his life has lasted 120 years, and that the royal astrologers have now determined the time has come to say goodbye. Now, it's been a while since we've seen Manuchehr. The last few stories have mostly centered around Sam, Zal, Rudabe, Simurgh, and most recently Rostam. So let's quickly recap how Manuchehr ascended the throne in the first place and what his reign has been marked by. Manuchehr inherited the throne from his great-grandfather King Feridun, who had liberated the world from the evil serpent king Zahak. But Feridun's life took a tragic turn when his two eldest sons, Salm and Tur, murdered their youngest brother, Feridun's favorite son, Iraj, the original intended heir to his throne. Feridun asked God to deliver a descendant of Iraj's bloodline to take vengeance on Salm and Tur and take Iraj's place as the next destined king of Iran. God granted Feridun that blessing 120 years ago with the birth of Manuchehr, Iraj's grandson. Manuchehr grew up, rallied Feridun's army, killed Salmantur, and became king after Feridun passed away. His first decree, which you can hear in the episode King Manuchehr's First Speech, was a nationwide rededication to righteousness and the path of God. It was at that point that the Shahnameh diverted away from Manuchehr's story and introduced Sam and Zal. But now, we return to King Manuchehr, who's just been told that the end of his life is near. And to bookend his reign from his first speech, we now get to hear his last words and parting wisdom to his son, Prince Nowzar. After conveying his lifelong secrets to the wise counselors and generals, Manuchehr tells Nowzar his personal feelings on kingship itself. Manuchehr says, "This throne doesn't really mean anything. It is a breath, a moment that doesn't last. For 120 years, I've toiled and fought and killed to obtain and hold this throne. I avenged Iraj's death by killing Salmantur. I carried Feridun's legacy with honor. I kept the world clean of injustice and built many great cities and fortresses. But now, looking back, I realize I never got to truly live and see the world. The pages in the book of my reign are mostly blank. The fruits from my tree are bland and bitter. As such, there's nothing left for me to do but to pass on my throne to you, my dear son Nowzar, just as Feridun did for me. In my absence," Manuchehr concludes, "look to Sam and Zal for guidance. Zal's new son Rostam will grow to become your strongest avenger against our enemies in Turan and will help keep Iran safe." As Manuchehr speaks through tears, Prince Nowzar listens intently and wails in sorrow. Then, with one last cold sigh, King Manuchehr lets out his final breath. He dies in peace, free from pain, and by the grace of God. Thus his tale becomes his memorial. Now Iran and the world must look to Prince Nowzar to step into his father's shoes as the next king. But does he possess the same virtues, values, and grace that made his ancestors so strong? We will soon find out. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to share it or leave a review. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for more Shahnameh quests.